Hey, good people, how you doing? David Taub here from nextlevelguitar.com. Hope all is well, and I hope your guitar journeys are going famously. Today I have for you a killer blues rock lick. If you would like a free video lesson that's not on YouTube, click on the link below and we will send you a free killer video lesson where we will take this scale and expand it over half the guitar neck, and also we'll send you a free PDF ebook over 35 pages of killer scale diagrams and chords and rhythms and lead guitar lessons, all for free. So I played that lick in the key of B minor, and we're going to pull it from the B minor pentatonic and blues expanded 1 shape. Real quick, I'm going to show you the scale where I'm pulling this lick from. So practice that whole scale. So the lick I was playing, here's the first part. So what I'm doing is I'm bending up on the G string on the 9th fret, bending that up a whole step. So make sure when you bend that up, you match that pitch. You can give it a little vibrato if you like. And then what I do is I lay my first finger flat, because you're going to play the 7th fret on the B, the E, and then back on the B again. So you get that 3-note kind of feel. And then real quick, you got to grab the 10th fret, which is a note. We're bending that up to the root note, to the B. So you're going to bend that 10th fret up to the 12th fret and give a little vibrato. So far. And you can play that lick slow. You can play it fast. And in fact, this part of the lick, that's a very, probably heard that a million times, or where you're bending it up and holding the bend as you're hitting this, the high 2 strings. Very, or something like that, with a pull off. It's a very common series of notes. So the next part of the lick is I'm doing like a rake across the, I'm not really playing anything on the D string, and kind of raking across as I'm playing this double stop. First finger flat on the 7th fret on the G and B strings. So you kind of get that double stop, and then I'm doing a hammer on the G string from the 7th to the 9th fret and pulling off to the 7th. So you get this so far. Okay, so after the hammer, you go back to the B note, our root note, 9th fret on the D string, then back to the 7th fret on the G string, and you're going to slide that up a whole step to the 9th fret with that first finger, and then when I bring it back, I bend it. So that's that D note, that flat third. So I'm kind of bending it up to the major third. So after you slide, kind of a cool sound. So far. So then we're going to descend down the scale. D string, 9th and 7th, A string, 9, 8, 7, and then do a hammer from the 7th to the 8th and pull off to the 7th. And then you come there on that low E string, 10th fret, to the low E string, to the root note, 7th fret, and then to the 7th fret on the A string. So you get this slow. And then you slide that back to the 5th fret, to that D note again on the A string. And you're going to bend it. And then you're going to end the lick on the root note with vibrato, 7th fret, low E string. That last part of the lick is. So the whole thing's slow. So that's the whole lick, and you could kind of take your time when you're coming back. Like I like the vibrato, that note, the A note, that flat 7, before starting that climb descending. You could trill it. So many things you could do. You could do 2 slides instead of just 1. You know, you could do, it's endless. And then you build up the speed. And depending on the application, that lick can be played very slow. If you have a really slow blues, that's a very common lick. And you can do so much with that, with the double stops, and the way that you bend the notes or rake the strings. Remember when you're bending strings, you want to match those pitches, whether you're bending a half step or a whole step, to be sure that you're bending in pitch. Otherwise, the lick your licks aren't just going to sound right. Remember, when you're bending, you always want to have that target note in mind, and bend with as many fingers as possible. A couple quick variations on that lick. You know, the first note that you bend, you could bend that up. You bend it up, let it down, vibrato it, bend it up twice, do a quick kind of bend, kind of jerk the chain. And then go into the B and the high E string. You do the same thing with that bend. You can bend it 2, 3 times. You can even do that as you're letting it down. Keep hitting it. And then when you do the slide, and you do that first finger bend on that, you know, flat third to major third, you really accentuate that. Then we're hammering on the root note from the 5th to the 7th, 7th to 9th fret on that D string. Here's our B note. You do trills, hammer, vibrato. All that's right in that framework of that lick. Same notes. I'm just kind of switching the order up. Again, same thing, but when I bring it down, again to that D note, that flat third that we're bending, go to low E string on the root note, 7th fret, then bring that down to the A note, go down a whole step, and then back up to the root. Or slide that. Or hit that flat third twice with the bend. So you see all the ways you could vary it. It's really endless, but again, that's all within that framework of that expanded piece of the expanded scale that I showed you. So, you know, let your creativity run wild. You certainly learn the notes as I showed them to you, but then take them and start doing other things with them. Going to different licks, adding different notes, turning the rhythm around, and you could find that that one lick kind of as the kind of springboard will springboard you to 40 or 50 licks that fast and easy. All right, be sure to click on that link below and get a free video lesson, not on YouTube, where I'm taking that scale all the way, you know, further up the neck, and you'll learn this cool little mini box and all licks that will connect that whole shape together, and a free PDF ebook with over 20 scales diagrammed out, and I diagram out and I show you the blues notes and the root notes, and just packed with great information. Just click on that link below, all for free from Next Level Guitar, and check out our video instructional website at nextlevelguitar.com. There's over 900 video lessons and growing as we add new content every 4 to 6 weeks, and lessons for beginners, intermediates, advanced, acoustic, electric. I'm David Taub, co-creator of Next Level Guitar. You're the good people. We will see you in the next lesson. Keep on rocking, take care, and rock on!